Hello, church. We are starting the book of 1 Corinthians today for our daily Bible reading. Word of the day is common. There's going to be many themes we see throughout this letter. One of the main things is the fact that Paul is correcting some misinformation, some misdoctrine, some misapplication of Scripture to this church in Corinth. And so one of the key things he's trying to hammer home is this fact that they are saved just like everybody else is saved. That is this common denominator, that they are sinners saved by the grace of God through faith in Jesus Christ. And so he's encouraging them over and over and over again about this fact that there should be unity, there doesn't need to be boasting, there doesn't need to be arrogance, there needs to be love, there needs to be a self-sacrificing aspect, because we realize there's nothing that no one person in the church is better than somebody else. We may have different roles to fill, but there is a common denominator of just a group of sinners that have been saved by God's grace. And then one of the interesting things on this topic is we often think, Paul wrote so many of the New Testament letters. But if you look, he usually has a reference with somebody else writing with him or someone else being there with him. If we look through the book of Acts, he's never mentioned of traveling alone. He had Barnabas, he had John Mark, he had Titus, he had Timothy. Paul lists over and over again the fact that he is not in this alone, that he has a group of people there with him who are saved the same way by grace through faith, and work together to spread this message. And so it's amazing that verse 1 of chapter 1 of 1 Corinthians starts with the same thing, adding another guy, this Sosthenes, as someone else who's riding alongside of, or at least with Paul, to this church in Corinth. And then in a couple chapters, we'll see that he's referencing the fact that he's sending Timothy to this church to help guide them, that Paul is not above anybody else, he's not greater than anybody else, but he is always also just working and encouraging and discipling other people, and there's multiple people working together for this good. And so I think that's one of the key things that he's trying to hammer home in this letter to the church in Corinth. I think we need to be mindful of as well, is how are we as individuals playing together and working together for the common good, the common goal of working for God's kingdom, to glorify Him, to share the message that other people can be saved by the grace of God through faith in Jesus Christ. All right, church, have a great day.